Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome back to Biology online classes. We have started with the CET NEET classes. We started with the first chapter, that is the living world. Now we will continue with the same chapter. I think we have finished 9 questions in the previous class. So we have to start with the next question, that is question number 10. And students, I have already forwarded you through WhatsApp group the worksheet of this particular chapter, Living World. I hope you have taken the printout and you have solved as many as questions as possible. Okay, so let me give the detailed solutions of these questions. After question number 9, let's move to question number 10. Match the following and choose the correct option. It is given in one column the different taxa, family, kingdom, order, species, genus, etc. Whereas in the another column they have given the example for that particular taxa, and 4 options are given. You have to select the right option. So what is that? Family. Can you identify the classification of which particular organism is given? Yes, it is the classification of the potato. So what is the classification of potato? Belongs to kingdom Plantae. Then comes the order Polemoniales. Then comes the family Solanaceae, genus Solanum, and species Tuberosum. So which particular option will give you the right answer? So if you see the option B, first one E, that is family Solanaceae, then comes D, kingdom Plantae, then comes family Solanaceae. So it is E, then D, then third one it is B. Correct? Third one is B, that is order Polemoniales. Then fourth one is A, that is species Tuberosum, and fifth one is E, that is genus is Solanum. Correct, students? Is this the correct one? Or the first one is correct? See, I, it is D. Tuberosum is species. Then 2C, that is Polemoniales, it is the order. 3E, that is Solanum is the genus. 4B, that is Plantae is the kingdom. Then 5A, that is Solanaceae is the family. So second one is correct or first option is correct? Yes, students, you are correct. First option is the right answer. So this is how you have to find. Next, question number 11. Match the items given in column 1 with those in column 2 and select the correct option given below. It is also match the column type of a question. Herbarium means what? A. What is that? Herbarium is. Come on, tell me. It is a place where dried and pressed plant specimens mounted on sheets are kept. Is that correct? Okay. So A is 3. So the options can be either B or C. A and D you can eliminate. Then B is key. What is key? A booklet containing a list of characters and their alternates which are helpful in identification of various taxa, that is called as key. So B is 4. You got the answer? Yes, that is option C. Then museum means it is a place having a collection of preserved plants and animals. Then the fourth one, that is D, catalog. Catalog means a list that enumerates methodically all the species found in an area with brief description aiding identification. Now herbarium, you have already prepared the herbarium sheet. Assignment was given for you, project was given for you, isn't it? So it is nothing but a place where dried and pressed plant specimens mounted on sheet are kept. Undoubtedly that is the correct answer. Now what is a key means? So a key is an example for taxonomic aid which contains two contrasting characters. Okay? Two contrasting characters or two statements which are called as couplets. Each statement of the couplet is called as a lead, very important. Correct? So you have to see both the sentences, you have to read both the sentences, and if you have an organism which needs to be identified, then you have to analyze the statement whether the character which is mentioned in the statement matches with the specimen what I am having or not. If the first statement itself matches, then you can avoid or eliminate the second one. Then further you can go for the next related statement of first statement. Okay? So such type of identification with the help of key, it is called as dichotomous. It's called as dichotomous. Dichotomous. Di means how many? 2. So based on two contrasting characters, you are identifying an unknown specimen. That is, key is the taxonomical aid here. Now let me explain this concept with an example for your clear understanding. You go to a grocery store to buy fruits. How you can identify those fruits? Depending upon certain characters. Say there are apple, banana, orange, peach, andre marasebu kannadadalli, tomato and watermelon present. Now how you identify? With the help of a taxonomical aid key. Now see here, 1A and 1B, that means two contrasting characters they have written. The first character says that skin of fruit is thin soft or at least flexible and edible, you can eat it. And they have given one number, say number 2. Second statement says that skin of fruit is thick, it is not thin. It is not soft, it is leathery. It is not flexible, it is hard. And not edible, it is inedible. Skin you have to throw. They have given this number 4. You have to see the fruit and you have to see whether any one of these two characters will match with the fruit what you are having or not. Then you can go further. Seeds in several liquid filled chambers. Fruit soft throughout. If you believe that your statement 1 is correct, which has given the number 2, then you can go for 2A. In 2 also there are 2 parts, 2A and 2B. You go for 2A first. See whether that character is matching or no. If the seeds in several liquid filled chambers and the fruit is soft throughout, many seeds are there, it is watery and it very soft to touch, okay, then undoubtedly it is tomato. So you have identified the fruit tomato. Further, you want to identify the other fruits, then go for the next character 2B. Seeds in hard or papery structure in the center of fruit. Seeds in hard or paper-like structure in the center of the fruit it is present, seed. You give it as number 3. Further, 3A. So that statement is not sufficient to identify the other fruits. So further you go for 3A. Seed enclosed in hard stone-like pit, flesh and soft. Yes, you identify it as the fruit peach. Seed enclosed in hard stone-like pit, flesh it is and soft. Then other fruits, go for 3B. Seeds enclosed in papery core, flesh and crispy. Then you can identify it as an apple. Then go for identification of other fruits. 4A. Fruit weighs more than 1 pound, that is 0.5 kg, more than half kg. And skin does not peel off, then it is the watermelon. Further, 4B, fruit weighs less than 1 pound, that means less than 0.5 kg or half a kg, then skin can be peeled, then it can be the 5th point. That is not sufficient to identify the other fruit. Then go for 5A. Fruit is long and narrow, yellow in color, flesh not divided into sections. Flesh not divided into sections, it is single. Then you identify it as banana. Then further, one more fruit is remaining. Look into the characters, that is 5B. Fruit round orange. If it is round, it is not long and narrow, but it is round, then it is orange. Further, you can identify by reading inner flesh divided into several segments. Here in banana, flesh not divided into sections, but here the inner flesh divided into several segments. Then undoubtedly it is your orange. So this is how you can identify an unknown organism. Here I have given one example for fruits. Such many examples are existing in nature. To use key as a taxonomical aid or a tool. So there are two contrasting characters, two statements which are called as couplets, and each statement is called as a lead because it will lead to a particular conclusion for the identification of unknown organism. Got it? This is how a key contains the characters in the form of a book. Okay, you may note down this, very important for the exam. Next, coming to museum. Yes, you are all familiar with the museum. What is a museum? It's a place having a collection of preserved plants and animals. You have museum in your school or college, small museum or universities. Okay. Then catalog. Catalog means a list that enumerates methodically all the species found in an area. ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಉಂಟು, ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರೋದು, ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ, ವಿತ್ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಏಡಿಂಗ್ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲವು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ವಿವರಣೆಗಳಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ವಿವರಣೆಗಳನ್ನು ಓದಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಈಸಿಲಿ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಚುರೀಸ್, you are already familiar, you may or may not be familiar with a particular animal, but they have written the description and they have put the board, particular species, their habitat, their geographical distribution, where they live, and what is the body structure, what the food they eat, everything, whether they are active during daytime or night time, everything they have written the description. With that description, even if you don't know the name, local name, you can easily identify. Correct? So that is called as catalog. When you go to the hotel, then or restaurant, they will give you a catalog which contains the various items and the descriptions. Some restaurants may give brief description about that particular item. Okay. So give me a catalog, you tell. Get the catalog. So you will come to know what kind of, for example, there are different varieties of ice creams are there in that restaurant or ice cream parlor, but you don't know what description, what type of ice cream it is. Then they have given brief descriptions. Okay, that is catalog, so that you can know what kind of ice cream it is, whether it is useful to buy or no. So the right option for the question number 11 is C, option C. Coming to question number 12, identify the order from the following. Identify the order from the following. It's not form. A. Panthera, B. Mucidae, C. Carnivora, D. Insecta. Order you have to find. So Panthera is the genus name, Insecta is the class name, Mucidae, D-A-E, it is the family name, Panthera is the genus name, Insecta is the class name, Mucidae is the family name. Correct? Of what? Musca domestica, isn't it? Carnivora, it is the order, because if you take Panthera, it belongs to which kingdom? Kingdom Animalia. Phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata, class Mammalia. Then the order Carnivora means flesh-eating animals. Carnivora means flesh-eating animals. Mamsa tinnuvanta, mamsaharigalu. Okay. Then comes the family. So, for example, if you take lion, Leo, it belongs to the family Felidae. Felidae is the cat family. These are the big cats. Lions, tigers, leopards are the big cats. So family Felidae. And Panthera, if it is Leo, then lion. If it is Tigris, then it is tiger. Or if it is Paradis, Panthera paradis, then it is leopard. So the right option is option 3. That is C. Coming to question number 13. In a taxonomic hierarchy, the number of common character will decrease as we go from what? Species to kingdom. Hierarchy. Species means two species, related species have more similar characters. They are more similar to each other when compared to the genus. Genus have more similar characters. Members of the genus have more similar characters when compared to the family. So when you go with the hierarchy, the number of similar or common characters starts to decrease. So that is from species to kingdom, option B. Coming to number 14. The largest collection of herbarium in India is which one? Option C, you are correct. Central National Herbarium located in the state Kolkata. Central National Herbarium in Kolkata is the largest collection of herbarium in India. Coming to question number 15. Class is the category of taxonomy which includes related dash families, orders, genera, species. Class is the category of taxonomy which includes related, orders. Order is the category of taxonomy which includes related, families. Family is the category of taxonomy which includes the related genera. Genera is the category of taxonomy which includes related species. Followed. We'll move to question number 16. Which one of the following is not a correct statement? ಯಾವುದು correct statement ಅಲ್ಲ? ಮೂರು correct, ಒಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ correct ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು? A museum has collection of photographs of plants and animals. It is the incorrect option because museum never have photographs, have the specimens either of the plants or of the animals. So the option A itself is not correct. See the option B. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification of specimens. It is the correct option. Herbarium houses dried, pressed and preserved plant specimen. Also correct. Botanical gardens have collection of living plants for reference. That is also the correct option, students. So we will move to next question. It's question number 17. Which taxonomic term may be suggested for any rank in the classification? ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ಟರ್ಮು ಈ ನಾಲ್ಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟಿ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕಿದೆ? ಎ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಬಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ಸಿ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್, ಡಿ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್. ಎಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಾನ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿ ಆರ್ ಎ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್. Okay, next question number 18. Point out the correct method of showing scientific name of coconut palm derived by binomial nomenclature. Coconut palm ಯಾವುದು? Option C, Cocos nucifera. Cocos nucifera. Cocos is the genus name, nucifera is a specific epithet. Correct? So this is the genus name and this is the species name. The genus name always starts with the capital letter and the species name starts with the small letter. When printed, it is written in italic form, but when handwritten, the genus and the species name should be separately underlined. Correct? Okay. Number 19. Dog distemper is a disease carried by a dash. Option B, it is option D, it is virus. It is not bacterium, neither a viroid nor a prion or a virus. It is a D virus. You are familiar with the structure of the bacterium. Viroid means ID, means They are similar to that of viruses, but they lack protein coat, what is present in the virus. Prions, they are having small molecular weight, proteinaceous structures. Okay, so you have already studied about the prions. Then D virus, yes, dog distemper, or it's also called as canine distemper. Canine distemper. Canine means which includes your dogs, then wolves, then foxes, etc. These are different animals which are called as canines. ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳಿವೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇರ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೆಶ್, ಮಾಂಸವನ್ನು ಹರಿಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳಿವೆ ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್, ವೂಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾಕ್ಸಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಡ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ವೈರಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ canine distemper or dog distemper. It mainly affects the gastrointestinal tract and the digestive system ಗೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, and also it affects the nervous system. A group of virus called as myxoviruses. Myxoviruses are a group of viruses which are having single stranded RNA as their genetic material. Single stranded RNA as their genetic material. We have double stranded DNA as our genetic material, but this myxoviruses, they are having single stranded RNA genetic material, which causes a disease called as dog distemper or canine distemper in case of domestic as well as wild dogs, then wild wolves, wild foxes. The symptoms of this disease, initially the eyes becomes pink in color and becomes watery discharge. Then fever and nasal discharge will start. Okay, in case of pets. It is highly contagious or infectious diseases. So the other members of those animals should be isolated, should be separated from the group. Otherwise, the disease will also spread to the other members of that particular group. Okay. Then followed by abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea. Okay, these are all the symptoms. Nervousness, nerve damage. Okay. So it can be avoided. It cannot be completely cured by medicines, but it can be avoided by vaccination. Okay. So it is advised that the pet animals must be given vaccines on time, vaccination, like in human beings. Okay, students, coming to question number 20. Arrange the following in the ascending order of Linnaean hierarchy. Carolus Linnaeus, father of taxonomy. You know, you are familiar with this. So arrange the following in the ascending order of Linnaean hierarchy. First ಯಾವುದು ಬರೋದು hierarchy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಜೀನಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ದೆನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್, ದೆನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಡಿವಿಷನ್ in case of phylum in case of animals, division in case of plants, then comes the kingdom. So the right option is D, species, genus, family, order, class, phylum and kingdom. Got it? Okay. So this question was appeared for Karnataka CET, KCET 2011. Move to next question, that is question number 21. Which cannot be considered as a defining property of a living organism. Living organism idu defining property yavudu alla. Growth alla, because I explained in the previous session only. Growth means it is increase in number as well as the mass. Unicellular organisms growth, which also includes cell division, is also a mode of reproduction. Moreover, in living organisms there are exceptions. See, growth which cannot be considered as a defining property of the living organism. See, growth means it is from external also. For example, if you add the materials, for example in case of mountains or boulders, then sand mounds, okay, you can add temporarily the material from the outside. ಹೊರಗಿನಿಂದ ನೀವು ಟೆಂಪರರಿಲಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ, ನಾನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಕೆಲವು ಈಗ ಹೊಯ್ಗೆ ರಾಶಿ ಇದೆ, ಹೊರಗಿನಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊಯ್ಗೆ ರಾಶಿ ನೀವು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಮಾಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಆದರೆ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋತ್, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ, ಗ್ರೋತೇ ಇರೋದು, ಬೆಟರ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋದು ಗ್ರೋತೇ. ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಚಾಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಚಾಕನ್ನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು 2 ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್. ನಾನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೀಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಬರ್ತ್ ಟು ದ ಯಂಗ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ರಿಸೆಂಬಲ್ಸ್ ಟು themselves, the members of those among themselves or to their parents ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್, ಎಸ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್. ಅದೊಂದು ಬಿಸಿಯೊಂದು ವಸ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ ವಸ್ತು, ಅದನ್ನು ಮುಟ್ಟಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ರೋಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಮೆಟ್ಟಲು ಹತ್ತುವಾಗ ಇಳಿಯುವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಹತ್ತಬೇಕು, ಇಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೊಂದು ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸಿಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದಿದ್ರೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾನ್ಷಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್, ಎಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಮೆಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್, ಅನಾಬಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಂಥಸಿಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾಟಬಾಲಿಸಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್, ಡಿಫೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲ ಯಾವುದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ, ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 22. ಟ್ರೂ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಇನ್. ಟ್ರೂ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಪ್ಲೆನೇರಿಯವಾ, ಬೆಲನೋಗ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಬೆಲನೋಗ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ಫೈಲಮ್ ಹೆಮಿಕಾರ್ಡೇಟಾ. Ascaris belongs to phylum Ascalminthus, roundworms. Hookworm also belongs to phylum Ascalminthus, that is roundworm. Encyclostoma duodenale, it's scientific name of hookworm. All you have studied in phylum Ascalminthus. Ascaris, the scientific name is Ascaris lumbricoides. It causes a disease called as ascariasis. Belanoglossus is commonly called as acorn worm or tongue worm. ಇದು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೆನೇರಿಯಾ ಟ್ರೂ ರೀಜನರೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕಟ್ ದ head part, then the head will grow. If you cut the tail part, again the tail will grow. If you separate head and tail and only middle part if it is remain, both the head and tail will grow. Correct? That is true regeneration. Just regeneration means if you cut the arm of the starfish, only that cut part will grow, the arm will regrow. If you cut the tail of the lizard, only the tail will grow. If you cut the head of the lizard, will it grow? No, the lizard will die, isn't it? So that is only the specific cut parts of the body, if it is regrows, then it is called as just regeneration. But any part of the body which cut into fragments can regrow, that means it is the property called as true regeneration. What you can see in Planaria. Planaria means which are flatworms, belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes. Platys means flat, helminthus means worms. Coming to question number 23. Prominent asexual reproduction in fungi is spore formation. Most of the members of the fungi, they shows the property of spore formation. Budding you can see, but in case only yeast, unicellular fungus. Gemmule formation, no, that is not in yeast, that is in higher organisms. Gemmule. Then none of this. So the answer is B, spores. Bryophytes you can see, isn't it? Gemule formation. Gemme. Okay, that gemule formation also you can see in case of sponges. You are going to study in second PUC, gemmules. Those are the internal buds. ಈಸ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಹೊರಗಿನಿಂದ ಬಡ್ ಬರೋದು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್, then you can see the buds will come out externally, and these buds can detach from the main body or the parent body and has the ability to lead independent life. ಅದು ಜಮ್ಯೂನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಬಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್. ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ gemmules in sponges. Budding you can see in case of yeast, and yeast is an example for what? Unicellular fungus. Unicellular fungus. Yeast is an example for unicellular fungus. We move to the next question. Which one of the, question number 24, which one of the following doesn't have the capacity to reproduce? Horse, donkey, mule, none of the above. You know the answer. C is mule. It is a cross between the male horse called as jack and the female donkey. Sorry, male donkey, it is called as a jack, and the female horse, it is called as henny, isn't it? So that is called as mule. Mules are absolutely sterile. That means they cannot reproduce. Similarly, the sterile worker bees, they also cannot reproduce. So mule means male donkey which is crossed with the female horse. Male donkey is called as jack and the female horse is called as henny. Then next, question number 25. Photoperiodism is, photo means light, periodism means period, particular duration. What is that? Physiological response of organism to the length of day or night, occurs in plants and animals. It also affects growth of stem and root, or all above. Think. Yes, students, you are correct. The option is option 4, all above. Physiological response of organism to the length of day or night. There are some plants which require a long day for their flowering. So such plants are called as long day plants. There are plants which require only short day for their flowering, or short photo period or short period of light for their flowering. Such plants are called as short day plants. Some plants, they are neutral plants, day neutral plants. Means their duration is not a long day or neither short day. That is average. Okay, those are called as day neutral. That means the length of the light or duration of the light will not affect the flowering in day neutral plants. Similarly, some of the animals, they breed, undergo reproduction, sexual reproduction only when the intensity of light is more. When the intensity of the light is more means there will be more heat. Light intensity ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ heat ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. So when the heat is more, in the heat period only they will mate, they will only breed. Okay, in particular season only they will breed because there is more heat during particular season. So such animals are called as seasonal breeders. What they are called as? Seasonal breeders. This concept also you are going to study in the second year PUC, reproduction in organisms chapter. So physiological response of organisms to the length of the day or night. Physiological response means it may be flowering in case of plants, or it may be breeding season, reproduction in case of animals, etc. Occurs in plants and animals. It also affects the growth of stem and root. It also affects the growth of stem and root. So various physiological responses ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೋದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗೆ ಫ್ಲವರಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಲೀಫ್ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಫಿಸಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಕಾರಣ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 26, binomial nomenclature is introduced by S, father of taxonomy, Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. He is from which country, which nation? Sweden. So Swedish botanist. He is from Sweden. So Swedish botanist, Carolus Linnaeus. He is a Swedish botanist, one specialized in plants. Carolus Linnaeus. Okay. Who is Ernst Haeckel? It is not Haeckel. It is Ernst Haeckel. Not the one spelling. H-A-E-C-K-E-L. Haeckel. He has coined the term ecology. The term ecology is coined by Ernst Haeckel. Ecology means study of the environment. Okay? Study of living organisms like plants, animals and other microbes with their surrounding environment. The interaction between living and non-living things with the environment, that is called as ecology. And this term ecology is coined by whom? Ernst Haeckel. Ernst Haeckel. Note down the spelling. Then R.H. Whittaker, Robert H. Whittaker, he has given the 5 kingdom system of classification. You are familiar with this. Copeland, he has given 4 kingdom system of classification. Copeland, he has given 4 kingdom system of classification. Important. So Monera, then Plantae, Animalia ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಟಿಸ್ಟಾ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು, ಫಂಗೈ ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ 4 kingdom system of classification given by Copeland. So Copeland is an American biologist. Copeland is an American biologist. R.H. Whittaker is an American ecologist. ಎನ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡುವವನು. ಸೊ R.H. Whittaker ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದವನು, ಕೋಪಿಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಅಮೇರಿಕಾದವನು, ಕ್ಯಾರ್ಲಸ್ ಲಿನ್ನೇಸ್ ಸ್ವೀಡನ್ನವನು. ದೆನ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಅರ್ನೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಕೆಲ್? ಹಿ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ಸ್ ಟು ವಿಚ್ ನೇಷನ್? ಜರ್ಮನ್. ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಜರ್ಮನ್. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅ Germanian. So Ernest Haeckel is the person who has given 3 kingdom system of classification. Who has given 3 kingdom system of classification? Three kingdom system of classification given by Ernest Haeckel. Okay. 4 kingdom system Copeland, 5 kingdom system R.H. Whittaker, 3 kingdom system Ernest Haeckel. ನೆನಪಿಡ್ಬೋದಾ? Okay. Then who has given the 2 kingdom system of classification? I think you have studied in the chapter plant kingdom. Plant kingdom is over for you. So I think you have studied in the plant kingdom. Who has given 2 kingdom system of classification? Yes, you are right. Aristotle, he has told that there are only plants and animals ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ. So all the plants belongs to kingdom Plantae and all the animals belongs to kingdom Animalia. Other 3 kingdom system he has not mentioned. He has given this classification depending upon certain external features or morphology. Okay, next we will move to the next question. Question number 27. Binomial nomenclature has. Yes, the right option is A, the genus name and the species epithet. That's what is called as binomial nomenclature. Naming of the scientific name of an organism is 2 system of naming, that is binomial nomenclature. that is genus name and specific epithet. Moving to question number 28, which of the following is not mentioned on the herbarium sheet? Herbarium sheet ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಯಾವುದು herbarium sheetನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ? Date and place of collection you can write, collector's name you can write, local name also you can write, but height of the plant you will never mention in the herbarium sheet. So that is the incorrect option, that is option D. ಸೊ ಹರ್ಬೇರಿಯಂ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೇಮ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇದು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್, ಅದರ ಲೋಕಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಏನು ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಿಗೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಿಗೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಯಾವ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ನಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಅದರ ಹೈಟ್ ವೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದೇದಾ? ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 29, ದ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಬೊಟಾನಿಕಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಕ್ಯೂ ಈಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ಎಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬಿ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್. ಕ್ಯೂ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೇಮಸ್, ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್. Option 30, couplet of the taxonomical aid contains, yes, option C, pair of contrasting characters, not the similar characters nor the dissimilar characters. It contains pair of contrasting characters. I have given the detailed explanation with an example for key as the taxonomical aid. So dear students, with this I have completed the worksheet number 1 for the chapter number 1, the living world. So I will give you more questions on this particular chapter. Okay, then you solve and send me. All must send this, compulsory for everyone. Okay, and we will discuss the answers for those questions, and I will take some more topics of CET and NEET in my coming sessions. So note down the points and note down my lecture notes, students, and thank you very much for watching the video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.